really hate microphones, so I might be shouting, I might be inaudible, who knows. I used to live in Plaster House, 47 Plaster Street. I used to live at Plaster House where, if you needed, you could replaster the walls and the doors and the floor. We bought it for its shape and bought ourselves the pieces to patch and plaster it into place so that it would make for a proper home. The rule we found with Plaster House, we were not allowed to replaster any one thing while it still stood. Like a jigsaw, Plaster House had to lie truly in pieces before we could bring the fabrics and furnishings we had dreamt before Plaster House was even ours. Our great success was the plaster wall that stood tall and strong around the house and successfully kept our worries out. But we knew we had been too eager when our feet would hop from the splinters after slapping barefoot on the floorboards because we had torn up the carpets too soon. And we too readily took up the earth to break the wall that was there before, because with it we broke the yellow tree that, at least to me, had been more precious than plaster. It was underneath those branches that I sat, watching Plaster House churn and boil under the pressure of human dreams. The one thing in Plaster House that remained unchanged was the fireplace, and into its grate we threw logs that had the word hope written in every ring. One constant fire. We believed that we, despite being merely people, could tear down Plaster House and rebuild it in brick. I don't know if I'm sorry that my yellow tree died for this. And this one, I suppose, is dedicated, even though that's really pretentious. It's dedicated to everyone who's had someone say something to them, and they were too shy or too young or weren't eloquent enough to say, yeah, I don't care. And for me it was about biting my nails. So. I bite my nails. I bite my nails and I don't stop there. I can grab individual folds of skin with my bare teeth and peel them back to the pink beneath. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, there's blood! And it's always red, and it's always mine. So don't sit there and gag and smile and tell me then that you don't like to see me bleed my own self dry. But of course, you keep your teeth for food. I know, I've heard it all before, but if you don't mind, I'd like a tour of your fridge. Look me in the eyes and tell me that you never bite to feel the split of red on white and tear until there's no more left. We both have teeth, and neither's nice, so you know what? Go chew yourself. And this is my last piece. I've done it 2 or 3 times, and each and every time I've managed to forget it, so here's one. Witchcraft is afoot when we come across this place we've been before, together. I was the one that brought us here, last time and again tonight, because I liked the look of the field, where the brook barely scratches 2 inches deep, and the tree spraddles it, roots spread evil like a wooden octopus that's been thrown at the earth, and yet still craves the water. This time it's darker, but just because it's night. I'd love for there to be some metaphor about dark clouds and a darker mind, but I won't defraud you or play so cheap, because it's not the dark that frightens me. It's the witchcraft that is afoot. And to be honest, I knew it when I returned us here this evening to show how spontaneous I could be, but the voodoo that has taken hold between last time and now has somehow seeped beneath the ground and grabbed the roots like puppet strings, shifting, twisting. The mottled tree that should be, where it has been for maybe hundreds of years, is moving. And when you climb it, you prove that you can't see it, and my worst fears are made so real, because my shoes slip, and I can see you above me as some kind of monkey, cheerfully climbing higher and higher, out of reach. Whose booze is making who? I mean, I didn't want to think about it, but if it's not you that's hurting me, that just leaves one other suspect in this 18-year-old mystery. But 18 years is just a salty drop of water in the brook, because, after all, the tree has been cursed. Do what you like to me, but whatever witchcraft it is, it's taken something old and defiled it. Under the cloak of night, the tree has been moved, bent out of shape where we spent that perfect moment. Well, I'm leaving. It's time to escape this place with its moving trees and monkey chases. Witchcraft is afoot, and it's taking my head and shaking it, as though my mind's not already sat in pieces with splitting sides. Take a knife and cut half of time. This side good, and the other bad. And it seems to be as simple as that, which, to be more accurate, is simple in symptom only. Thank you very much.